Hi YouTube, Coinpicker here. Here are my thrift store finds for the week. Found this pretty hefty sterling charm bracelet with a whole bunch of cool charms on it. And it was only $12.99. Pretty good deal. Funny story with this, found this at the Salvation Army front counter by the cashier's till. I guess you could say it's in their jewelry case. And it actually had two price tickets on it. So this one said $12.99 and there was like a little white tag, identical like this type, that said like I think it was like $39.99. It was 30 something, I remember. And I asked the cashier, which is it? Is it this price or that price? And I told her I definitely would buy it for this price. So she brought it over to the manager, and the manager said, sell it to him for this price. So she ripped off the other one and tossed it. So this weighs about 33 grams of sterling. So that is pretty much like I guess about 30 bucks worth of silver, Canadian, of course. So I pretty much almost tripled my money on this. So pretty cool. I mean, triple it just in sterling. I know these bracelets sometimes sell, I think online for like $25 or so. These just, without the charms. And each charm, I don't know, they've been personalized. If they weren't personalized, I'd say each charm would be like, I don't know, $5, $5 to $7. But you know what? I'm really just into it for the silver, or I want it for the silver, so that will go into my stash. Pretty cool. And then another silver related item. Also found this at the Salvation Army. It is a antique Victorian crystal and sterling topped perfume bottle. From the research I did, unfortunately, it's missing its little glass stopper, like a ground glass stopper, inner stopper. That would make it perfect. But this was also in their nice display case of like nicer items. $9.99. Right on the back, it says sterling. Right here, see that? And I think there's some British hallmarks. But yeah, right off the bat, I knew the top, just by its construction, it's very solid. Had to weigh at least half an ounce. I mean, it's most likely 3/4 to 1 ounce weight just for the top. So I knew the value of the silver alone was going to be like $15 to $30 Canadian, or maybe somewhere in between. So for sure, double my money just for the silver value. So once I asked the lady to pull it out, I saw the back right away. I said, I'll take it. And when I was paying, the other cashier I knew said, oh, is that like, oh, that's sterling, right? I go, yeah, it's sterling. Good price, good deal. And then the other cashier goes, yeah, it's really good. Like nice. It's made from nice materials. So she was thinking of it as like a materials point of view, like fine materials, fine silver and crystal, but not like as in precious metals. So. Yeah, I mean, I knew there was an instant profit just by the material alone. But even without the stopper, as an antique, and it's in good shape, no chips or anything. I'd say this perfume bottle, I think I saw online something similar, would be valued, say on eBay. I'd say about $60 to $70 without the stopper. Maybe a little bit more if it was perfect. But yeah, for 10 bucks, you can't go wrong. So that was nice pickup. And all right, let's finish off with the silver finds first before I talk about the other stuff. I saw this at the Value Village, which I was so surprised. Usually their stuff is like overpriced, but in their display case, all right, first of all, I gotta paint the story. There was a few cases of Schaefer and Parker pens, like really nice vintage pens, but they were pricey. I mean, there was one Parker set that looked gold filled, and I always do this. I always check them. It was like 80 bucks or 80 to $90 plus tax. And Value Village, they always charge you both taxes. Like in British Columbia, where I live, there's like a provincial tax and a federal tax. So that ends up being like 5% is federal and 7% is provincial. And that's like 12% tax on top for buying stuff, right? But when I go to the Salvation Army, they only charge me one tax. And I think they only charged the provincial. Anyways, I forget. They only charge you one of the taxes. So every time I go Value Village, paying both taxes, it's like buying brand new retail. It's like, ugh, I hate paying full taxes on it. But whatever, you know, when you find a good deal, just calculate the total and, you know, see if it's worth it. But I was talking about those pens. I always check the nibs, like the end of the pen, if it's one of those like fountain pens. And a lot of the vintage ones, if they're gold toned, they might be marked, if they are gold, it'll be marked like 14K. And I had to check them, and lo and behold, it said 14K. But I wasn't sure if the nib might be worth $40 worth of gold, but the pen, the set, it was like, I don't know, it was okay. I mean, you could tell they had some wear on it, but for $80 to $90 plus tax, so that would bring it probably close to 100 bucks. I thought I don't know. I mean, I might be saving like 20 bucks over retail, like if I went to an antique store, but if I could get it under the gold price, then for sure, you know, guaranteed profit. So they had that set, and they had a single pen for, I think, $29.99, but the nib was very, I don't know, it was very thin, like very small, and that was the Schaefer pen. And the Schaefer it was all by itself. Yeah, it was like, I was debating. I mean, I was thinking, if I buy it for 30 bucks plus tax on top, you know, the nib might be worth that much, but it's like break even. I mean, sure, I might get a little bit extra value for being vintage, like what, 10 bucks more. But I said, you know, I was thinking at the time, forget it. So I left it alone, leave it for the next person, someone who wants it more. But I saw this right next to them. So $44.99, and I had saved up enough of their reward points to get 20% off. So boom, bingo. Oops, silver, which I'm not sure if they actually knew it was silver. Maybe they just thought it was a nice, cool set. So it looks like a miniature pie or cake server. I don't know if it's for hors d'oeuvres or desserts, because look, there's like 6 of them in total. But pretty cool. And I was just doing the math in my head, even before the discount, right? Well, actually, after the discount. Coin silver, 0.900, so 90% silver. Just guesstimating, I knew I had probably half an ounce each of coin silver. So yeah, it works out to be $80 in silver value, silver content. $80 Canadian. And I end up paying, I think with taxes, with my discount, $41. So hey, half price silver. I'll take that any day of the week. But really curious what these are for. Oh, I'm thinking it must be for dessert. Unless it's like for a cheese party, you know, like eating some soft cheese. But wouldn't you just have like one of them? You wouldn't have one for each person. So maybe for dessert, I don't know. But check this out. Nice design, just marked with that number. So $900. So generally, if it was continental European silver, it'd be like 800, or if it's a Northern European, like as in Finland or Sweden, it'd be like 835, or let's say even Holland or Netherlands. But 900, usually right off the bat, I'm thinking US. So it might be American. And then usually, let me see, Canada and Great Britain, you know, they like doing like 925 sterling. So I didn't acid test it, but I did check with the rare earth magnet, neodymium magnet, super strong magnet, and they were not magnetic. But being in a fancy case like this, with it's like sort of velvet lined or flocked, you know, I don't doubt that it's coin silver. But yeah, I tried to search what these were for and could not find any reference to it anywhere. So, but still, half price silver, not bad. Now, here are some collectibles. So we have this sealed vintage Slazenger tennis balls, and it's made in England. It's sealed. According to my research, going by this design of the can, it is from like the 60s or 70s, probably more like the 70s because it's a plastic top. Yeah, for $1.99, I think it was $1.99. Was it 99 cents or $1? Oh yeah, $1.99 from the Salvation Army thrift store. I see these things sell about 20 bucks Canadian online. Yeah, it's not a huge profit, but I thought it's more like the cool factor being like not opened. And some people even sell the empty can by itself. So I thought, yeah, even if I don't sell it, put it on the shelf, pretty cool. Maybe if I end up taking on, you know, learning tennis, I'll crack it open. Anywho, in that same theme, I got a tea canister for $1.99 as well. It's a vintage Twinnings tea can, or tin. 8 ounces of tea, London. There is no barcode, which is a good sign. And according to my research, this tin, which I bought from the Value Village thrift store, it's like a souvenir can they used to sell. Actually, I don't think Twinnings made it. It was like another company in England that made this, and because there's other tea sellers, tea brands that had a identical design on their cans. But I believe from my research, this is from the 60s or 70s as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's I see them selling for about 15 bucks. So not a huge profit, but pretty cool. And now, nice antique. Salvation Army thrift store had their I guess kitchenwares for or housewares for half price. So this was labeled at $7.99 and it was only for $4. For $7.99 I would not buy it, but for $4 I would. So it has this, they call it chinoiserie, like it's like based on Chinese design, but it is actually English. So have a look, it's pretty cool. It is ironstone and fully marked from the Ashworth Brothers, A Bros. Real China. No chips, no nothing, no distractions. And also impressed into the China itself. So that was pretty cool. And if you notice, it does not say England anywhere here, which is a good sign, because if it was marked with its country name, it would have been post 1891, because there was like some sort of law change internationally regarding trade. So this is probably, I don't know, they say the company was around with this brand or this type of stamping from 1860 to 1891. So let's say split the difference. Let's say 1870s, 1880s. That's reasonable. Over 100 years old. So I just thought it was really cool because look, I mean, it looks very simplistic. They're trying to give that Chinese look to the design. But you see a pagoda, and I guess this is supposed to be like the Great Wall. Sort of multicolored Great Wall and some flags. Pretty different. But not too many comparables, but I would say reasonably this is probably worth about $50. I'd say between $30 to $50. All right. And then I found this in the games and toy section of the Value Village. $3.99. Guess what it is? It is vintage and is in very good shape. Okay, it is a Mahjong set. So Mahjong is like a domino type tile game in China and other Asian countries, but it originally came from China. And this set most likely was made in Hong Kong from, I think, going by the style, it's like from the 60s or 70s as well. It is, I forgot, they say it's like tri-layer, or basically three colored. I don't think it's not acrylic, like it's that material, you know, like sometimes you get those paperweights with the coins floating in the middle, like in the solid clear plastic. It's that same material. It just, I had it on the tip of my tongue. I just forgot it.
Coinpicker. It's called Lucite. You dummy.
It's that stuff. Yeah, $3.99, and it looks like brand new. Someone put saran wrap, so because you know when you have it in the case and you put it sideways, these things would, like these tiles would just fall right out and get all sort of jumbled up. Well, maybe not all of them fall out, but I guess you know people worry about that, so they just saran wrapped it in place. You got these little chips, got little dice. Dice have changed color, so it must be like some sort of Bakelite or similar type material. Here's a counter to keep track. It's the four directions: east, west, north, south. Because every time you play around, you're supposed to change this dice. I don't know, is it every time you go around or 4 times around? I forgot. And then you have 4 spares, just in case you lose a tile, because they have their own suits, just like a deck of cards. So I I think there's like 4 of each type. So if you, heaven forbid, lose a tile or 2, you could always use these extras and just use a crayon or something and just copy a similar symbol to represent. So yeah, $4, vintage. These things, all right, and also this size is actually not the usual size. The usual size is like, I'd say a little, like double the size, but this is like the American version, or you could say the kids size version, because they have like 3, 4, 5 different standards. So it depends what game you're playing, like what standard you're playing. But yeah, it's resells for about $50 to $100 in good shape. But the missus likes it. She likes to play this. She played with her family when she was young, and she goes, hey, the kids should learn. Great, the kids will learn how to gamble. I know, I'm just kidding. We play for fun, not for money. So yeah, it's like a cultural thing. Like the name Mahjong supposed to mean like there's a symbol for like a little birdie, and that's supposed to be the name of the bird. Let me see if I can find it. Is it this bird? It's on the one of bamboo, so it's actually standing on a stick of bamboo. But yeah, if you're wondering what these characters, they're actually numbers. This is like they go by increments of 10,000. So that's like 1 10,000, 2 10,000, 3 10,000. So it goes all the way to 9 10,000s. I don't know, it's a little different numbering system. Here's like east, south, west, north. These are the bonus numbers. They call it the flowers, depending what style you play. Like Hong Kong style, they play with these extra bonus. So if you get that and you win, you get like more points to your tally. That's the prosperous symbol, middle. Like, I don't know, they say red dragon, whatever, but it just means middle. Red, middle, center. And some other ones. The bamboos. The circles. Yeah, that's pretty much 1, 2, 3. 3 suits and, I don't know, yeah, 4. And then these other symbols, good luck symbols or whatnot. Yeah, so originally I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna just flip it, make a quick profit, but I don't know how many Mahjong players are out there, so, but as long as I sanitize it, clean it up, probably use a sanitizing wipe or something on all these, and we're gonna play some Mahjong at home. Anyways, I think that's about it. Well, pretty interesting finds. Let me see here. We have like two pseudo-Asian items, 1 actual Asian item. Actually, these are British items, and this is actually a British item. So it's sort of like a crossover item, these two. Got some silver, and oh, I don't know, this might be Canadian, this might be British. The markings are sort of rubbed out a bit. So let's throw them in with the British items. So we got like 4 British items. And yeah, also silver items. Pretty cool. Anywho, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Coinpicker out.